Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to Monday. Well, no, not Monday Night America, but oh my goodness, the music is starting up again. Oh man, it was looping. I might be the loopy one right now. Hi, Marcia, or no, Elizabeth. Ooh, I just got a message that Marcia liked the program. Oops, I think I just received the notice. Good evening and welcome to Dating and Relationships in 2024 here on NDB Media. Sorry for the message. And Elizabeth, I'm glad you got the message. I hope you're feeling better, young lady. So it's all good. I have to tell you, I'm terribly excited. Today is what I call the eye of the tornado or the eye of the hurricane. There's no eye in a tornado, is there? I'll have to see the movie Twister again, but there's an eye in a hurricane, and that's, as it moves through the holidays, you get to the eye, which is this weekend because we had Christmas, and now next week we have New Year's. So this is the calm in between the storms. So I am your host this evening. I am Don Royer, and thank you for joining us. So let's do a quick roll call. Why don't you guys let me know who you are and where you hail from, and we're going to be going over end of year, and we're probably going to set up some plans for next year. I appreciate everyone that's coming over to visit with me, sharing your questions, your stories, and I'm looking forward to having others joining. If you want to talk things through, you want to share some experiences, if you're really feeling up for it. I've shared mine. There aren't many. Hi, Ben from Baltimore. How you doing, Ben? And I hope you guys are going well, are doing well. But I'm hoping that maybe we could set some plans and maybe set some goals on how we can all improve and, get out there and do stuff. I collected a list of 12 places to find singles that are apparently ready to mingle. And this is for all age groups. Hi, VM. Thank you. I like that. I'm the plans. I like that. So that's really cool, guys. I do appreciate everyone commenting right now. I was searching the internet, but the first one that came up, I've been watching YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and that is not the place to go if you want to mingle. Though I do have coworkers and people in my universe that tell me that that's where they go. But when you see the videos of health and fitness clubs where girls are calling out guys, calling them pervs and creeps and stuff, I don't know if that would be the first place to go. But there is a top list of 12 places to find singles who apparently are ready to mingle. I do not agree with the first one, but we're going to talk about it. If you have any suggestions on where to go, because folks, we're not doing the social media stuff. Facebook, that Facebook place to meet people, it's no good. It doesn't do anything. We've talked about in other episodes that you have to have skin in the game. You have to be invested in a program that requires you to put in a little bit. So if you have any ideas, comments, suggestions, or say you're wrong, fire away, man. Please help me find a date for New Year's. You are lonely as F. Oh, my goodness. So am I, Ben. So am I. There's no doubt about that. I think that's why I'm here doing this program. But folks, in the chat room, there's quite a few people watching. Where would you suggest? I have a list of 12 places, but I don't agree with the first one. Health and fitness clubs. Now, it says not only are you assured of finding singles at the gym, but you're mingling with people who are on the same page when it comes to wanting to be fit and healthy. Getting a solid workout in can relax you and allow you to be your most authentic self when striking up conversations. When you exercise, your body releases chemicals called endorphins. These cause a positive reaction in the body and prime you for looking and feeling your best as you mingle with single workout partners at the gym. There we go. Church, wedding, sports events. Thank you, V. That is a great one. I don't agree with the first one, but yet it's on my list. The second one, coffee shops. After you've had a good workout, why not treat yourself to a caramel latte or a vanilla macchiato? Or how about a caramel macchiato? And folks, look, I'm not a young guy. There's no doubt about that. I've told you I'm 55. I'm old. But they say you're as old as you feel, right? Well, I'm here. Where's my social security check? Just kidding. It's an old joke. I'm here. I'm putting myself out there. So, a caramel macchiato. I am not into caramel. I don't like caramel. But the caramel macchiato is great at Starbucks. And I do want to thank Sylvia. Sylvia, you know who you are. You're not watching this, I bet. But I want to thank you for introducing me to the caramel macchiato. I went to a coffee shop recently and almost none was talking. I have seen that. And Ben, oh my God, you are a young man. And to go back and to be your age again, I'm plus 30 years to where you are, if I remember correctly. Ben, the difficult thing is being able to reach out to them and striking up a conversation. It is so difficult because everyone has a cell phone now. And this is their communication, their entertainment, everything. And this is all they do. Or they have an iPad where they're doing their work off or their computer. It is very difficult. I get it. Home Goods is filled with women and Home Depot is filled with men. Ah, that is true. I would agree with that. No doubt about that. That was good. So for me, no Home Depot, but Home Goods. I don't know if I have a Home Goods around me here. But continue with my list. The coffee shop. Now, the third one, Ben, is going to do you nothing. Okay? And I'll get to that one in a moment. But I'm amazed that when I go into a Starbucks and I'm asked what I would like to drink, the kids always go for the plastic cup. I'm like, I'm old. I don't want it iced. I don't know. I want it hot. You are what you eat, right? I don't need a cold drink. I'm already there. And I ask you guys to forgive me because the dogs are barking. My office is in my garage and it's a tad cold where I'm at right now. So I am here in Southern California and let's see, what is the weather right now? Because he's cold, but that's actually not too bad right now. So I don't have my gloves on. Fortunately, it's 53 degrees. Going to get to 47. So, okay. Health and fitness places are the worst. I agree. We don't want to be ogled when we're trying to stay or get fit. Most of my guy friends also find it creepy that they're getting hit on there as well. The guy friends are being hit on. Are they being hit on by other guys or other girls? Folks, I don't know if I had admitted this on air, but I had noticed that I had been hit on. I mean, it's a joke for me, but it's kind of serious. I take it well, but I've been hit on a lot recently by men. They've asked for my number, and it's a bit strange. I'm over the, are you kidding me? Over the years, it's picked up recently. And I know I'm told that I should take it as a compliment, but I'm wondering, what vibe am I giving off? Is there any way that I could harness it the other way around? But it happens to be that I've been receiving offers by the same sex. I've now had a few female as well. So in line in the market, in Starbucks, or outside of a place, if you're waiting to pick up an Uber or a Lyft, or if you're waiting for something outside, they will strike up. And Ben, it shocks me that the ones that have been on the younger side. So I've kind of laughed to myself, say, I think they think I have money, which I don't. And it's kind of funny. I joke about it. I don't. I really don't. I'm working towards it. I am. And I did ask someone in the last 2 years, I asked her, could I be your sugar daddy? She just laughed at me. So that was funny. But I told her, you didn't say no. And I asked her again, and she hasn't answered. So it's kind of funny. I know she's playing hard again, or she's like, dude, you got to let it go. But I am surprised that I've had it happen a few more times. Find me a West Coast sugar mama. You want me to find you one? Dude, I'm looking for one. Actually, I'm not. I'm looking for someone to spend time with, and that's what it is. So the second was a coffee shop. I'm annoyed when they ask me if I want it cold. I'm old. I want it hot. That's what I want. You have the classic teddy bear look. That's why you're being hit up by the boys. Well, where were we? It was on a Friday night. We were leaving the restaurant late, and I had she was drunk, and she was going to be on her way home. She had stopped there to get a bite to eat, and she was getting back from a rave. Oh, do you guys hear that? That's a medical aid helicopter. It's heading over to Pomona Valley. So it's coming in for a landing. That was a big helicopter, but I'm in the flight path. And several times in my life, I've been in the flight path of helicopters. When I worked for the county department, I was right by General Hospital, and I would hear the helicopter, and it would buzz us pretty close. So how apropos that I would be in the flight path here in Pomona. But I thank you, teddy bear. Ugh, more like a grizzly bear. But anyway, I'm insulted when they want to offer me cold coffee. I want it hot. But they say with coffee shops looking more like restaurant lounges with oversized couches and large, comfortable chairs and a menu that would put most mom and pop shops to shame, it can be the perfect place to settle in and chime up a conversation with other singles. So look, if Starbucks doesn't work for you, because that's the real, I don't want to say preppy crowd, but they're the ones that want to be seen. And I go to other shops that are no name. Here in California, there's Tia Mia Coffee or something, Tierra Mia. And there are a few others that are competing with Starbucks. And there are also individual places that are single outlets here in Pomona or in Los Angeles. So I've tried those. And surprisingly, Ben, if someone wants to speak to you, talk to them. Talk to them. So I went to the hospital for a procedure. I had something done last week, and I was flattered. And an older lady was really trying to chat me up. I got the vibe instantly, and I was like, wow. But I was not interested, and I felt bad. I really did. She was nice. She was older. I could tell. But hey, she had a job. She was working. Hey, that was good. Maybe she could have been the sugar mama. Just kidding. But all kidding aside, I've begun to feel it more overall. Ben, I can't tell you how to get the confidence that I've talked about confidence in the past, and I know what it is for me now, what is attracting others to me. As you know, my relationship, yes, a smile does go a long way. It does. If someone smiles back, that's their energy welcoming you to strike a conversation. Thank you, V. That is perfect. How much older? I'm willing to date 15 years older. Good for you, Ben. I am not. I am not willing to date someone who is older. Um, I it's I don't know what it is. I don't have. I am culturally Latin, so I generally have to be older. I generally have to earn more. It's this stupid old Latin deal that I'm stuck in there, but I'm trying to get out. Hey, Latin guys don't do this program, don't do stuff like this. But if there's any bit of, any, like was mentioned, a smile goes a long way. You need to smile. But oh, Ben, I'm sorry to answer. As a young man, and I'm not trying to talk down to you. If it sounds like it, I'm sorry. It's not my intent. I have no other way of explaining it. So for everyone else, please don't take it badly either. Um, you need to have that confidence. You need to know that it's you. You can't listen to social media. You can't listen to your friends. Can't even listen to your family. I've explained to you the psyche that I have, the injured psyche from my own family that I've had to get past. But I know that the relationship with the woman that I've been married to for 31 years is coming to an end. I'm waiting for the paperwork now. I feel the burden being relieved. She is not a burden to me. She is not well, but she wants out of the relationship. And now knowing that it's coming to an end, I feel a freedom. And I just found this out last week. I wondered what the vibe was. And the vibe that other people are seeing in me is something that I didn't know I had. And that's that I'm exuding happiness, I'm exuding confidence, and I'm exuding happiness. A burden has been lifted from me. I didn't want to say burden. She's a good woman. I told you she's done everything for 26 years, but legally it's been 31 years. I've known her for 32 years. We got married quick. Not going to go down that story again. So you have to believe in yourself, Ben, and you have to have a confidence that the other guy or the other girl doesn't have. I mentioned that when I went to Alaska in 2022, I came back with a confidence. It was an experience that I had. And I had it for about 6 months and it went away. I've been wanting to go back up there to recapture that. But I don't have to now because I'm free. I do believe in myself. I don't need someone, Ben. But I want to have someone in my life. And maybe that might change your thinking a little bit. You don't need anyone, but you want to have someone. And maybe that little change will help how you feel. And you never know. But look, Ben, there's so many other comments that we're getting in the chat room. Van says, you have to if you want a sugar mama. Don Royer. I've gone 13 years older and 13 years younger. Wow. Okay. I was 34 years old when I had a 21-year-old chasing after me. I mentioned that in the past. Her name was Sylvia, and she wanted me to leave my wife. Nothing ever happened. It didn't between us. Not for wanting. But anyway, nothing ever happened. And she pursued for a long time. And I respected the woman that was in my life. And indirectly the young lady as well, because I'm like, no. But I appreciated her company. I spent time with her. And we spoke a great deal. So there was an extended emotional connection that I had with her. But I wish I could say it was a notch on my belt, but I don't. I've mentioned I've only known one woman my entire life. I was I was naive, and I've only known one woman, and that's my wife. To this day, it is the only woman I've ever known. It was difficult to admit a while ago, and I now admit it. I've only known one person, and I mean that biblically. So, join groups or clubs that you have an interest in. Yes, I was going to get to that. You will find many other people who are single as well doing and enjoying the same interests. I mentioned the coffee shop. I don't like this one either. 5K runs. Yeah, there are none that you can show up to right now, Ben. Sporting events. Talked about that. Cheering crowds. Look, I was afraid to make contact with people, but at sporting events, I've gone alone to sporting events. And as V says, they smile at you. And I've had that happen. But I never bit because, and this is within the last 5 years, because I was still married. I still am, but the paperwork is now pending. So I go alone to everything. I enjoy it. I have begun to travel all on my own now, and I do enjoy it as well. I like going to sporting events, but I like to go with someone because I want to have a conversation with. And I've asked people who I know tangentially if they would like to go, but it doesn't always work out. But you need to go to sporting events, parties. Those are good. If you get invited to parties, that's what you do. Ben, you're not 50. You're not 60. You're not 70 pounds overweight. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a model? There are models that like people that are overweight. But it doesn't matter if you're overweight. If you are happy, Ben, with yourself, and I wasn't happy with myself for the longest time. I told you, I carry a lot of psychological trauma. It's not that I was beaten up when I was young. My parents never laid a hand on me. My brother did once. He tried, but I don't have physical trauma. I have the trauma of seeing the family pictures, seeing my father. For those of you that know Latin, Spanish, my father was a dead ringer for the famous actor Pedro Infante. I mean, wow. He was the George Clooney of his day. And I'm like, what happened? Who was mad that night? Why did I get gypped? My brother, growing up, he was an attractive man. My sisters, my older sister has green eyes. My brother had green eyes. My dad had green eyes. I got gypped. I have brown eyes or whatever. It is what it is. I was cheated in the DNA. I know I look like them, but I've always had that. And when I actually asked my mom why, she says, well, mijo, things happen in life. So my own mom told me. So I carried that trauma that I know my appearance was never going to be attractive. I was thin and I was physically mobile. I did lots of stuff. I'm quick. I believe I'm smarter than the average people or than the average. Oh, I just screwed that up. I think I'm smarter than most. I tell people I am smarter than most. But I come across, I've been told by many people as I'm condescending, I am arrogant, and I am a narcissist. I wish I would have had a great reply for that. I want to have to work on that. I said, and that means what? I'm a coward inside because I've asked people out in the past and I was always told no. and then hearing it from my parents, getting it at my place of business all the time. See, Ben, I was quick in my speech, so I controlled my universe. And I joked that I would prefer to rule by fear than by love. If people would challenge me, I was verbally able to put them in their place because I didn't want to hear it from anyone. Because the first thing that they would try to insult me would be my appearance. It's the first thing. That's what they would do. So I learned to be quick. I listened to comedians and I figured out that you need 8 or 9 quick responses that could be tailored for almost any situation. And it worked. No, I am not Yogi. Definitely not. Okay, that's fair, Ben. That it affects your confidence. You want to get in shape, but the cold weather discourages you. But Ben, you could do it at home. There are lots of things that you can do. It's where you want to be. If you say you're 40 pounds overweight, dude, you're not 50, you're not 60, you're not 70 pounds overweight. You need to get where your body is strong, and you may still remain 40 pounds overweight. That's fine. Not everyone wants a thin individual. Some people like to have something where they can cuddle. They want to hold on to, and I never thought I'd be having this conversation, but I'm here doing it. And Ben and Liz, Lethal, V, you have to be in a mind where you want to go out. Love yourself first. And if you don't even want to do that, okay, there you go. Oh, Lethal. Thank you, brother. I love you, man. Overweight by what metric? I'm a big dude, but my doctor's impressed with how healthy I am. I was trying to say that 40, yeah, what? 40? What? You're not 50, you're not 60, 70. I just didn't answer it correctly. Lethal, thank you for that. It is very difficult to lose weight when you get older. So when I suffered in 2021, I really got ill. And I had several emergency room visits until we found out that I had diverticulosis. First, it was diverticulitis. That's the medical term for inflammation. Diverticulosis. I had to learn how to eat. I had a severe infection, and they, to this day, aren't 100% certain on what it is. But a urologist, as well as a doctor of health, told me it's about portions. It's about what you eat. If you say you're on a diet, you're done, because you're going to go out somewhere and you're not supposed to have it. If you take one bite, oh, you broke your diet. Forget it. The best advice I received was, if you're going to go visit with friends, family, go somewhere, have a little bit. It's all about portions. Oh my God, Ben, I am 5'11". I thought I'd lost a pound or an inch. I thought I was 5'10". But I am 5'11", thank goodness. But I am right now struggling between 230 and 250. And I think I'm going back up to 250. Ben, my magic weight is 205. You want to get to 180. That's where I was in high school. If you're overweight, you can do it by food. Get one of those apps. I talked about it, I think, on one of my other programs. I have an app. It's free, and it's called, forgive me, folks, sorry. Here it is. MyFitnessPal. And you input your weight, your height, your age, and it asks you, it will inquire of you, where do you want to be? And then it comes up with a plan. says, okay, you need to have this many calories or whatever. And you input whatever you have during the day. And when you exercise, it keeps track of it, your steps, everything. Through my iWatch, it works on the app. It counts what I do, and it helps me to reach my goal. But if you say you're 30 pounds overweight, what are you going to do to get there? I want to get to 205. I just made it up. I want it. And I was getting close, man. I got to 224 about 6 months ago. But I had some other things happen. I'm back up. I'm closer to 250 than I care to admit. So, Ben, we love handles. You've got to love yourself first before you can expect love from anyone else. Yeah. I am much bigger than Ben, 5 and 9.5 and 280. But like I said, my doctor's impressed by how healthy I am, and she hasn't even suggested losing weight. There you go. I don't drink beer, but I like soda and chips. Oh my God, dude. God bless you. It may not be the same flavor. It may not be the same thing. I'm not a shill for them, but my sin is Cool Ranch Doritos. There's a joke behind that. Over the years, I've always had Cool Ranch. And on my wife's side of the family, since I was the only one that wouldn't drink, when we would arrive at family get-togethers, and go to family get-togethers. If it's the extended family, there's no blood there, baby. That was bad. Guys, here's the joke of the day. I want to lighten it up a little bit. We're going to get back to the conversation. But why don't girls in Alabama do the reverse cowgirl? Why is it that girls in Alabama do not do the reverse cowgirl? It's because you never turn your back on family. If you laugh, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. You never turn your back on family. That's why they can't do the reverse cowgirl. Anyway, I hope you guys like that one. But I may have lost my train of thought on what I was talking about right now. But you have to have a plan. You have to know where you want to get there. And that app does help me. Now, Ben, you having chips and sodas? I am too. That's my sin. I know that's my sin. So I just have learned. And it's hard, man. It is. I'm not going to tell you it's a piece of cake. It is difficult. I have learned when to have chips and sodas. If it's late at night, I do not drink a soda or have chips because it's not good for the metabolism late at night. You just have it earlier. You set a time and and I don't know, we have a nurse in here. Okay, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you laughed. Thank you. I'm glad you liked that joke. Thanks for the like, folks. And Ben, think knockouts. Okay, knockout surgery drinks. Sugary drinks. Okay, if you need to pick up something at the store, pick the farthest spot. Take the stairs, not elevators. Oh, yeah. Okay. If you're going to 7-Eleven or a store, don't park in front. Park a little bit. Do extra little things. I agree with that, Lethal. And if you're going to go into the store, don't right away get the item that you want. Take a trip around. See, I find that hard. Sugar-free 7-Up, sugar-free Pepsi, Diet Dr. Pepper, sugar-free energy drinks, sugar-free Gatorade. I would avoid sugar, and I appreciate that. I find that very difficult. So what I did is I changed the flavors because I was hooked on cherry Coke. Oh, my God. First thought in the morning, Have to have me some cherry Coke. You know it's bad is when you wake up and your first thought is cherry Coke. So I decided to control my destiny by having it at particular times. When I would go out and meet with my classmates, friends, family, whatever, I would alter my drink. And I started to have it less and less that when I would try it, it tasted different. Oh, I did. I did out you. I apologize. But we do have a nurse that is here, a combat nurse too. She could have been on the Aliens team in the movie Aliens. This is how many combat drops for you. Hey, how many deployments did you have, Liz? But anyway, I don't mean to embarrass you. But I was wanting to ask about the metabolism and about things that you could do. But you got to be happy with yourself first. And you've got to get out there. And Ben, I know you have because you've said so. They're not talking. Go to different places. Go to the Starbucks. As much as I like it, I don't talk to people there because I've detected an attitude. I don't like going there. So I will go to other places. But I am paying attention more. Ben, you gotta have your head on a swivel. You're on a combat mission. Okay? You have to know what your orders are and what you have to get to. Now, I want to thank Ben because he's the only one that laughed at my joke. No one else did. I guess they were unhappy. Or maybe it scored a little too close to home. I don't know. Current job is delivering for Amazon, so I do get some exercise. Walk 6 to 8 miles a shift. You know, I used to put in 7,000 steps a day at my old job. I can't do that anymore. I'm lucky if I get 2,000 in now. But as you know, I'm dealing with issues in my spine. I'm hoping that stuff gets resolved soon. So I used to walk a mile a day during my breaks and lunch. And it's hard, man. But I did. And that helped me a great deal. I changed the type of food I was taking to have lunch. I would, oh man, in addition to chips and soda, at my desk, ding dongs. Yes, I would have ding dongs. Uh, Less so Twinkies, but uh, always had stuff. You then switched, and I was going to the market for a little while, and I was buying the little carrots, those miniature carrots, and I was having those instead. I weaned myself off of what I was in, but dude, it's right here. Now, the last time I had a soda, this soda's just still been on my desk. Can't hear anything because I don't get me wrong, I had a soda, well, 2 days ago. And this week I've only had two. So in 7 days I've had two. When I would start work at 6:30, I used to psych everyone out at 6:35. You would hear the psst, and people would look around and I'm like, what? I need it. So I get it. I drank it. Was it bad for me? Yeah. But it's up to you to decide when you want to stop. But I know having that stuff makes you feel good. So size doesn't matter. You have to love yourself first. You're going to find someone, but it's opportunity. You got to get out there. So if the coffee shops don't work, the exercise places don't work, sporting events don't, go to parties. How about volunteer activities at your church? Dude, that is a great place. I remember about 2 years ago when I drove for Lyft. I was somewhere in Hacienda Heights. So I guess it would be over there. I was in Hacienda Heights and I picked up three older ladies and they were speaking another language. I made out a few words. So I will not admit as to how many languages I speak, and I will not admit as to how many languages I understand. Now, I understand lots of words and phrases because I watch movies, I read books, and I am interested in people. It doesn't take long when you do a little bit of people watching. And by the way, next week on next Saturday, be ready. We're going to do some type watching so you can learn about other people, and maybe you'll find who you're attracted to and who you're not based on your personality type. It's going to be a lot of fun next week. We're going to do some type watching, and you're going to have to, I'm going to send you a link to take like a 15 to 20 question. It's very short because the Myers-Briggs test is like 300 to 500 questions. But this one is online, it's on the internet, and it gives you an idea what your personality is. And you learn stuff about yourself. And then you get to learn about other people too. And you never know. It's going to be a lot of fun next week. So, your body adjusts to regular exercise. You need to go above that to see a difference. Yes. Now, I was implying that MyFitnessPal, based on your goals, will tell you whether you're meeting it or not. It's very, when it says you've exceeded your goal for the day. So, last time I was in Seattle, I had a 10-mile walk, mostly uphill. It was tough, but the view was incredible. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that right now. Volunteer activities. Church on Fridays when they're giving stuff out to the community. Oh, man. And then Saturdays and Sundays when they have their events, go. It's not like they're going to change your belief system, but you should go and volunteer. Give some time. And people like volunteers. And the ones that are there volunteering are doing it for the very same reason you are, to help the community. I don't know about the dog park because I only have cats. And two of the cats are in here right now. And they're both huddled together. Oh, I know you can't see it right now because my name is covering it. And there's a little table in the way, but they're over there. Oh, place of worship. That's what I just said. Go to a church. But I was thinking of the same thing, volunteer activities in church. So go there, places of worship, galleries and museums. You want the smart girls? Galleries and museums. And if you're there and they're alone and they see you're alone, dude and dudette, that is a match made in heaven. If you go to a gallery and a museum, dude, that is a hit-on spot. Why the hell don't I go there? That's stupid. Wine tastings. Wow. See, I barely get into the wine stuff, but while many people that wine tasting is much more of a couples retreat, you might be surprised to know that there are plenty of single people enjoying a 2013 Malbec or a 2017 Grenache straight from the fertile lowlands of Spain who relax in wine tasting rooms across America. Now, I have not gone alone to wine tastings, but I've gone to them with classmates of mine. The ambience can be perfect for casual conversation and laughs. You both have wine in common, at least, which could segue into a romantic dinner for two and a wonderful glass of Syrah or Grenache Blanc to accompany the main dish of mahi mahi. The halls of academia. Art, music, dancing, cooking. Oh my God. A dance course. Do you know that there are more girls that go to dance classes than guys? That is a score. Girls like to dance. Guys don't as much. Dance places. Oh, going back to the story of the three ladies, I whipped out the phone and I activated my translator and I asked them, "Are you Chinese?" And they said yes. And we started carrying a conversation through the translator that was on the phone. They were very friendly, and they said that they had only been there for like 6 months or so. and they were on their way to a singles event. They were looking for their husbands. Like, wow. They were older ladies. They were very nice. I didn't find any. They asked me to go with them. I was like, wow. I'm like, thank you, but I'm going to keep on driving tonight because I need to keep on driving. That was 2 years ago, and I never forgot that. But you need to go to those singles events. There are a lot of events on Friday and Saturday nights at churches, social clubs that have dancing. Dude, that's a great place to go. So are cooking classes. Didn't think about that. Yes. Guys don't show up to cooking classes unless they're going to be a chef. Bookstores. Oh my God, yes. I'm a coward, but I haven't been to a bookstore in about 6 or 7 months just because I've been having physical issues. But my youngest and I would go on Monday nights. So, Liz, when I wasn't doing Monday Night America, I was at the bookstore. And now that I've been doing Monday night, I stopped going to the bookstore and I started doing Monday Night America again. So you can see, uh, yeah, bookstore is a great place because if you love to read, that's why they're there as well. And at the bookstore, which is a Barnes and Noble right here in Montclair, which I go to, I'm a coward because I have had I've had them come up to me and ask me about a book. And I'm like, you're asking me if I work here? Actually, I've gotten that all my life. Wherever I'm at, they'll come up, sir, where do you have this and this? Do I look like I work here? The answer is yes. I'm sorry that you are, dude. It happens. But you tried, and that's good. I've been rejected recently, and I'm sorry that you're down, but I'm glad you're also talking about it. Elizabeth says bookstores are perfect. That's why I mentioned them earlier, and I'm sorry. I believe you did, but I did not mention it. But look, on this list that I compiled, some of them I agree with, and some of them I don't. But you got to get out there, and yeah, you did. Now, Mundilu, I hope I got that correct or got it right. Sorry. I was thinking of setting goals for all of us and saying, look, we got to get out there. We've got to go out and try to talk to someone. And you went out and did it. Wow. I was just talking about the failure that I am. But, dude, hell yeah. I know we've just met. I'm proud of you. And I mean that. I'm not making a joke of it. That's the hardest thing that you can do is to actually go up and ask someone. Or when they speak to you. Dude. Hey, it is. You know what? It is. But you move on. And you find other places. I know you just joined the program today, but I've talked about it's a numbers game. You just have to go out there and do it more. And it's difficult for me to do it. I mean, look, I'm here on a Saturday night, for goodness sake. But I'm glad that you're all here and sharing. And maybe we'll all learn from each other. Monday Lou, I appreciate that. I hadn't been told I was cool for a while. I don't think I am. I think I'm old and I'm cold, man. It is. Uh, It's so hard to try after a few rejections in a row. Yeah, it is. I mean, one rejection is bad, but you've tried. And guys and girls, being older, I can tell you that it genuinely is a numbers game. I talked about another episode. Someone said out of 100, you should expect even just one positive out of 100. Evelyn says, wait, hold on a minute. What? Roger's future pickup line. Go on a date with me and I'll show you my IRA balance. No, because then that defeats the purpose. Hi, Evelyn. When I attended Pasadena City College, I took a print class to learn the terminology of printing press. I was the only female. I loved it. Yeah. Typing class, which doesn't exist anymore. There were 27 girls and 3 guys. Man, it was a blast. But as was mentioned earlier, a cooking class. As I mentioned, volunteer activities. A place of worship. Dude, a place of worship. I mean, talk about making some holy things happen. That's a score right there. Ballet. I was talking about the museums and galleries a while ago. Young girls don't go to museums and galleries unless they're interested in museums and galleries. And they may take a friend with them or they may go alone. That's a score if you want to, if you're into museums and galleries. I like going to museums, but I don't go as often. I do, as I mentioned, I do go to the bookstore on Monday nights, but I haven't gone in a while now. And I miss it. And it felt good when they actually come up to you. I'm not going to wear those tights that show your junk. All right, Ben. That's funny. I think what Lethal mentioned was a ballet program, like a play, something like that. That was good, man. That was good. So, Evelyn, where else would you recommend? Not that I'm thinking that you're looking, but where would you recommend? And I don't know if did I see someone by the name of Valerie here? I don't know. Does Valerie have any suggestions on where or what? Okay, Lard Apprentice. Thank you for that. I got it. Yeah, I'm not gonna wear that, dude. But going to a ballet, I I stopped going to a lot of places when I started dating my significant other. I would go to the museum. I would go to libraries. I would I miss going to musical classical concerts. I'm an old fuddy duddy. I love classical music, but I love music from TV shows and movies. When I'm watching a movie, I'm watching for 2 things. Subconsciously is how the camera is moving and the music. I am always listening to that stuff. So I'm a wannabe artist. I'm actually a wannabe storyteller. I'm a frustrated writer. So I do. Oh, you mean was here or went out? So did you spell Valerie's name correctly? Anyway, um, completely off topic, but best thing my mom did for me as a kid when she signed me up for hockey, she also signed me up for beginners ballet when I was 5 or 6 years old. Learning balance helps so much. I'm not sure I understand that. Rogues, I did. We're talking Rogue Squadron from Rogue One. Um, I uh, I was put in baseball in kindergarten or first grade, so I played baseball, but I got hit, and I was always afraid of the ball ever since then. Every year when I started to play baseball, I would need to get hit by the ball, and then the fear would leave me. But I played first base for 3 years, and I was a pitcher in high school. I was fortunate. It was a very small school. It was 155 people in the entire student body for 4 years of high school. I mentioned I was studying to be a priest when I was younger in high school. Only 4 years. Thing you need most on hockey skates is balance. Ballet helped a ton. Wow. Oh, you got distracted. I don't know what that means. But thank you, Evelyn, for showing up. Um, as our guest earlier mentioned, Mundy Lou, they were bummed because someone turned them down. Hey, but they went out and asked. And I didn't know how I was going to formulate that tonight, but I was thinking that we could set a plan. You guys and I, we all set a plan and we set a goal. Now, Ben, I have no illusion on meeting someone for New Year's. I will spend it alone or with my daughters right here. I don't know. I love to drive a great deal. So I don't know if I might just be on the road going out. When I was driving for Uber several years ago, I would drive on New Year's Eve, and there were times that I got caught outside of the house. And in Los Angeles, it's immense. Southern California. And I was at Tommy's, the one in downtown, and I celebrated 2 New Year's there. So my theme to everyone is get out of your comfort zone. Go out and get out there. I wish Valerie would show up because I know she'd be able to share some successful stories. I don't think she has any problem whatsoever. But that's just a personal comment, Evelyn. um, you have to believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, you have to want. And if you want, that means you have to do. If you want the TV changed, you either have to get the remote control or you have to get off your sorry arse and go and change the channel. Doesn't matter the condition you're in. Doesn't matter. You just have to go out there and do it. It's a numbers game. I'm challenging all of you in the same way I'm going to challenge myself. Not next week, because next week we're going to do the personality type thing to start the year off. But in 2 weeks, I want to know, we've got to set this up right now, the parameters. You have to start up a conversation within the next 2 weeks. You have to start up a conversation with two people. And you have to learn their first name. You don't need to know their age. Don't need to know. Oh, yeah. Don't need to know where they work. But you have to start up a conversation. You need to know their first name. That would be our first goal. And we can all do this together. Bah, except for Evelyn. I don't think she's worried about such things. Evelyn says, I would sign up for classes that men usually sign up, like car repair class. There are lots of male students there. So if you're looking for female, I was telling you guys, dance clubs. Girls love to dance. As I mentioned 2 years ago, I took 3 ladies that were probably in their middle to late 40s, and they were looking for husbands at a social club. It was Almanzor Court, as a matter of fact, in Alhambra. It's a nice place. It's okay, but they had social events there. Social events, man, those are safe. You don't have to, if something goes wrong, you have to go back. But you can go to any social event in any city. In Southern California, it's amazing how many social events. Why don't I? Because I just haven't. I'm barely starting to get out there. Guys, and girls, I want to go out there. I want to get out more. I went out with some people that I respect and admire a great deal uh, within the last week. And we went to a nice restaurant. And there were people all around. It was kind of busy. And we were going to go drinking, but being the guy that I am, it didn't feel right. I just didn't really want to drink all that much. I didn't want to. I did not want to make a fool of myself. I'm not saying those that I went out with were, no, of course not. But I didn't want to. I noticed that I was loud that night. I do remember that, and part of it was because I was drinking. So, oh, nightclubs, too many drunk pervs. They only want one thing. Yeah, I didn't mention nightclubs. So on the list of 12 places, I mentioned health and fitness clubs, coffee shops, athletic events like a 5K run. I just glanced, just ran over that one. Sporting events, parties, volunteer activities at the dog park, places of worship, galleries and art museums, wine tastings, the halls of academia, and bookstores. Museums and galleries and bookstores. Those would be my places. I would like to do that. Signing up for classes, I really can't physically right now. See, and as it is, I look, I've been having trouble from the moment I sat down. It's really starting to get to me because I can tell, because I'm even leaning forward now. And I can tell that's when I'm really most uncomfortable. I should be leaning back, but I can't find that spot. So that's some people are dealing with weight issues. Some people are dealing with mental issues where they don't think they're up to snuff, whatever. Some are dealing with physical issues. Some are dealing with all of them. But right now, I'm dealing with more physical issues. That's why I'm doing this program more than anything else. But going back to the theme of going out to dinner, there were some attractive women there, but I talked about that the worst place that you could hit on someone is when they're working. They have no other place. They have no escape. They can't go anywhere. So it kind of sucks. You can leave them a note. You can tell one of their coworkers, give your business card. You can be cool about it, give the person a tip, and leave your card there as well. It's 50-50. But you allowed them the dignity of making decisions on their own. You didn't put them on the spot. You didn't try to force them to do anything at that moment. There are videos that girls have said, don't do it while we're working. They have to be polite. They have to be nice because they want their paycheck. So you have to consider that. So when I went out to the restaurant, I knew I was loud because I was drinking alcohol, and I didn't think I was trying to lower my voice, but I hadn't had a beer in like 2 months. So just one beer affected me. Second beer, I would have been gone. That's why I was like, no, I'm only going to have the one. So I noticed a table over that two people were interested in the stuff I was talking about. What are you going to do? How do you reach out to that person? There was a group of 6 of them. They were probably a family out, but there were no males there. They were all females. I caught that part. Oh, dude. Try the birthing areas in hospitals. So many women. What a punk. Jeez, I lost my train of thought because I worked in a hospital, dude. Worked in a hospital for about 3 months. It wasn't for me. I worked September, October, November. I was done. It just, medical field was not for me. So, yeah, come on, guys, write some more stuff in the chat room. I am having some difficulty right now. I notice that I'm really starting to lean forward right now. I am tired. I may be calling the program very soon, but Roger, keep some business cards in your wallet to use as needed. Oh, you mean this? And I'm actually embarrassed by my wallet right now. Here's my wallet, and here are the business cards. I keep them there. So I do have them, yes. I'm going to be at home. I tend to sleep through New Year's because I'm in such a hurry to get to the new year. So what is everyone else going to do for New Year's? I just told you I'm going to do. Oh, this is the pretentious SOB that I am. I am embarrassed. My sister purchased a brand new wallet. It is nice. It has the little thingy for the ID in the middle. It's really cool. It doesn't actually come out like other wallets do, but it's nice. It's got lots of pockets and things. It's a very nice wallet. It's a leather wallet, but I don't like it. And I don't like it because this wallet is meant for your back pocket. I don't. Okay, this is why I'm a pretentious, stuck-up SOB. And I've told men this. If you want to set something up, and Ben, maybe you might want to do this. Cut your wallet down to size. Get one of those little ID wallets that have a space for 1 or 2 credit cards, space for some money, and your ID, and that's it. It's foldable. You keep it in your pocket. A working man always reaches for his wallet back here in his back pocket. That's a working man. There's nothing wrong with that. A man of means reaches for his wallet here. I've always had jackets. I've always had coats where my wallet was here. And it wasn't a wallet that fits in your back pocket. It was a much smaller. Or I had the travel one, which was bigger and it could hold like 20 business cards. Oh, yeah, man. I had that in my front pocket when I wore it in my coat. See, but that's how I would dress. I would dress with a collared shirt, a tie, and a coat. I did that for years. And my wallet would be up front. Because again, someone who is a man of means reaches for his billfold up front. A working man reaches it. It's not, people call that pretentious. No, everyone has their wallet in their back pocket. I don't. Pretty Woman, when he's up at the very top and he says he always gets the best of everything, when he reaches for his wallet, his hand went into his jacket and he pulled out his wallet, gave her the money. So, Lethal Migraine says, I always have my wallet in my front pocket. You can steal it that way. Yes, that is true. This wallet, which I've moved into, I sometimes put in my front pocket or in my jacket right here, because I have several pockets inside, and I'll only keep my phone in my back pocket. Elizabeth says, house block party with my kids who are in their early to late 20s and watch the ball drop as usual. So, Ben, now you know what I'm doing. Now you know what Liz is doing. Evelyn, what are you doing for New Year's? Lethal, what are you doing for New Year's? And everyone and anyone else who's still in the chat room, please let me know. I'm curious. My phone is my front left pocket. My wallet is my front right pocket. My gray jacket, the one I told you that when I went out with my high school sweetheart, we went shopping at Target, the one that had all the zippers, my gray jacket. Oh my God, I love that jacket. As I said, I was looking for a new jacket, and then she started to examine the jacket. And then she started to play with all the zippers and everything. I was just like, can I put that on while you're doing that? Oh, she just laughed. Yeah, I didn't get to put the jacket on. But it was funny. I was like, hey, you're manhandling that jacket. Can I play too? Anyway, not trying to be so annoying. I don't put anything in my back pockets. Okay. Well, I normally don't, but right now, I mean, it's a bummer. It's a nice wallet. I've had it for about a year and a half now, and it still looks brand new. It kills me. It's really nice. There's very little wear on. Well, no, very little wear on it, and it's annoying to me because it's going to last a long time. I want to go back to my old wallet, and I don't think I have it. No. Oh, this was the only other time that I had a wallet. I had a Star Trek wallet. Yes. Yep. Star Trek wallet. But no, that's not the one I was looking for. I think it's indoors. But it's kind of like a travel wallet or an executive wallet. I'll see if we can find an image of it. But it's big, guys. It's not going to fit in your back pocket. It will protrude. It has to go into your coat or your jacket, and it should be up front. I always carried myself in a different manner. I've become lazier in the last few years, but I just did that. I would have my wallet and I had my checkbook. You guys are like, what's that? It was something of importance to have your checkbook. I like money clips that can hold a few credit cards and ID. Yes, that is good. The money clip. The money clip will go in your front pocket. Obviously, it won't go into your back pocket, or it will go into your shirt or coat pocket, which is good. Yeah, I've been given some money clips over the years, and they were nice. I don't think I have any here on my desk. Forgive me. I don't think I have. No, I don't have any at the moment. They're all indoors because I've started to pack some items. So I was not doing anything, staying home. Sometimes I fall asleep before midnight. Yeah, me too. So who knows? But that's good, Ben. So you have something that's out of the ordinary. Lethal Migraine, you as well. On dates, I put my driver's license, debit card in my pocket, nothing else. I don't want a lot of stuff on me. Not even sure why. I agree. When I have gone out, I've switched to the little foldable wallet that just holds my ID and, like I said, 2 or 3 cards, a little bit of money, my insurance card, my health insurance card, my auto insurance card. Sorry about that. So, yes. The only thing that should protrude is something near the left or right front pocket. Protrude? I don't know. I don't know. Lethal, what are you doing for New Year's? I miss the wallet that I have, and when I went to one of the department stores recently, I was checking their wallet stuff, and yeah, that was a good one, Liz. Evelyn thinks as such. Actually, both of you would get along. Actually, you would. Liz, invite her to join us on our programs. Maybe she might take you up on it. And uh, you said it first. I guess. I guess I did. I work. We'll get done around 8 or 8:30. Probably just go to my apartment and play video games or watch a movie. I am not fun. Yeah, right. New Year's Eve, I debated doing a countdown program, my own, but I have to figure out what the delay is. Because right now there's about a 10-second delay. And I have to be careful how we do it because if I'm listening to a live feed, that means it's going to be New Year's and you're still going to have me counting down 8, 7, 6. So I don't know. I don't know if I really want to do that. But I will most likely be on New Year's Eve and on New Year's Day. Because I don't think Jamie's going to do her program on New Year's Eve, as she didn't do it on Christmas Eve. So I think there's a good chance for that. Folks, here's another joke for you, way off topic, because apparently no one liked the reverse cowgirl. I thought that was hilarious. Where was the toothbrush invented? Where was the toothbrush invented? Think about that. We've had that for a while now. Where was the toothbrush invented? Definitely not England. Very good. It was invented in West Virginia because if it were invented anywhere else, it would have been called the teeth brush. Come on. Come on. You know it. First time I heard that one was funny. Hope you guys like that one. Don't ever go to a funeral hoping to hit on someone. But weddings, oh, dude, also weddings. If you get invited to go to weddings, go to a wedding. Especially if you're going single. Oh my God, because the only person that's happy there that day is the bride. And all the other girls are going along, probably aren't married either. And they're going to feel yet another one has gone off to get married. Dude, go to weddings. And I believe there are male members of the wedding party as well. So women, same thing. Go to a wedding. You never know. Aw, thank you. The Alabama joke was hilarious. Toothbrush joke is just historically accurate. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitress. I'm thinking of doing stand up, guys. Once I'm released and healthy, I've kind of debated doing stand up. I would like to. I try to make people laugh even when I'm not feeling well. So, but I do want to say, folks, I'm sorry. As you know, the first time I was doing these programs, I was going 2.5, 3 hours. I am laboring. I'm really starting to feel it right now. And I'm growing tired right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the list of 12 items or 12 places that you can go. And there were other suggestions in the chat room as well. But the academia stuff is good. Go to places where they have arts and crafts. Go to places where they have dancing class. That's a biggie too. And if you don't know how to dance, that's the point of going to those classes. You'll learn how to dance. Because I am adopted, multiple family members have told me to ask one of my cousins on date. I won't do it because family. Well, as Turk from Scrubs says once, there's no blood there, baby. I am sorry, folks. I am laboring right now, and I don't want to make a bigger deal of it. But I do miss all of you guys. I really do. And I'm hoping that we're all learning from each other. But I am starting to really labor, and I can tell that I'm beginning to stutter as well. I really don't want to do that right now. But I do want to leave a little bit of homework. 2 people, and you have to have their names. That's the first step. I have a plan here, and in 2 weeks, I'll lay out the whole thing. But to get started in 2 weeks, you had to have spoken to 2 people, and you had to learn their names. Now, if you're going to go ahead and cheat and ask the coworker and say, "Hey, what's his name or what's her name?" Come on, man. In the conversation, you have to learn their name. If you can do that, oh my God, that's impressive. That's why, in really going up to someone and just asking their, get them, chat them up. Do you know another way? If you want to chat up someone over here, you can always start over here on this side by just giving someone a compliment. The person that you want to talk to is going to hear that. And they're like, well, why did he compliment he? Or why didn't she compliment me? I have to remember that it could be a he or she that we're talking about here. So, the last one I want to leave with you is her name was Gwen. And we were coming out of the restaurant. I didn't finish the story because of tangents. And she was there because she had just left a rave. She was inebriated, but she was there. She knew what was going on. As I began to have a conversation with her, I didn't close the deal because I was a coward. Within 3 to 5 minutes, I knew her name. I knew the type of job she had. I knew how much she earned. I knew that she wasn't dating anyone. She hadn't dated one for a while. I learned her age. She told me where she lived. And the very last thing she asked was, so who are you going home with? Misery loves company. Enjoy that one. That one really happened. She's a saint, slightly older than me. Nurse at the Minnesota Children's Hospital in the cancer wing. She beat leukemia twice as a kid. Highly educated, great woman, but still, family. Can't do it. Names, blood type, and bank account numbers. I didn't have that. But she asked, who am I going home with? And like a bonehead, I did not give the right answer. And after I realized, oh my God. But she was way too young. She was in her 20s. Yeah. And she was getting back from a rave. Aren't those the ones where they drink a lot of beer or a lot of liquor and do some hard drugs? I don't know. If she's a nurse, she has single nurse friends, just as great. Asked to be introduced to them. There you go. Don't forget, what kind of car does he drive? What are we talking about? I sadly, I have a nice car that I could drive, but my daughter drives it. It's a Maxima. It's a nice car. It's nice. It's a little sports car, man. But I don't drive. I drive. What do you guys think I drive? I'm Liz's comment. Names, blood type, and bank account numbers. If you don't have it, put protection in the wallet and go for it. Whoa! Whoa! I told you about Samantha, the one that told me what she wanted. And I was like, "Well, don't you want to go get a cup of cup?" Oh no, we can talk while we're. That was her answer. No, we can talk while we're. She told me what she wanted. You guys have already heard that story. So, you were responding to Liz's comment. Okay. Well, I'm not sure which one of Liz's comment, but okay. Um, if you're still here with us, Ben, believe in yourself. Love yourself first and foremost. Why do you say you're overweight? That's the weight that you're at right now. Because that's a negative right there. Don't think of it that way. It's who you are today. Know that you want to be somewhere else, but it has to be because you want to be there and not because society demands it. Social media is a killer. It destroys our sense of self, our self worth. It's no good. If you want to get to 180, good. That's where you want to get. If you're at 220, 230 right now, so what? That's where you are today. If you want to change, you will. It starts with baby steps. And oh man, I don't have the coffee cup. Darn it. I think I had the coffee cup last week. So I'm gonna try to bring a new coffee cup for next week. We're gonna do Myers-Briggs next week. I will have a lot of stuff in the descriptions, and during the program, I will have links on doing it. It's gonna be fun, folks. Doing Myers-Briggs. It's gonna be fun. I believe this about everyone. Ben, you're beautiful, just who you are, and you need to feel and see that. Yes, I agree. I am still struggling with the belief in myself. I okay, it's already at the end. I'm not gonna. Yeah, we're at the end, but you guys know, I've suffered with my appearance my entire life. And that's why I said earlier that I rule where I am by fear. That way, people won't attack because I put them in their place. I put the fear of Roger into them. That if you're going to try to insult me, I will verbally destroy you. It'll be in private or in public. I have no problem. I am more confident in the field of combat. Don't get me wrong. You can get me at a wrong moment and I'll cower. But I grew up with that I was made fun of. And you know what? I knew that they were weak when their first put down always came towards my appearance. Like I knew they had nothing else. I knew that they were. It was like Darth Vader aboard the rebel ship in Rogue One, just eating them rebels alive. Even though I'm thoroughly disgusted by that scene, because all the rebels are getting chewed up. All right, Evelyn, I thank you. But again, I don't believe it. My entire life, I've been told otherwise. And I can actually have an intellectual conversation about it. I used to be clean shaven all the time. I think I told you guys why I let it grow out. I'm actually going to shave for New Year's and stuff. But this is when I'm most embarrassed, when it's not full, because you can actually see the parts that are missing. Because I was suffering from issues in 2008, 2009. Actually, from 2009 to 2011, I was actually pulling out my hair. I did. I have a mark. That's why I always wear a ball cap. So I have a mark because I used to. I got assaulted at work by a drunk coworker, and I eventually got blamed for it. You're only hearing my side of the story, but that's the easiest, simplest way I could put it. And I lost my career because of it. And in 2011 and 2012, I suffered a great deal. I pulled my hair out from my beard and I was harming myself by constantly. Margarita had to actually get a hold of my hand and stop it because I would cause my own hurt because of the stress and pressure that I was going under. And because I was genuinely physically healthy, other people thought I was lying. And I was abandoned by a lot of people. That took a long time to get through. And I did. And I'm better for it. I've talked about depression and how it is and how I see it. And I share that with you guys because I got through it. You guys can get through it too, but we can get through it together. Maybe these little suggestions will help out. But let's set the goal of meeting people and learning their names. That's how it starts. This is a belated Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Robonica, and it's all good. So these are the last few comments, and I thank you. So I apologize. I am tired. I want to stay with you guys, but I am done for the day. And I've explained to you what I have, right? My spine, the core, it's the spine is being pinched by one of my vertebrae. And I have compressing discs and degenerative discs. So that's a double whammy. And because they're compressing against my core, they're pushing in. That's what's causing the paralysis of my arms. Lots of problems. But I'm hopeful that it's going to be taken care of. So, and right now it causes, like right now, believe it or not, it feels white hot right here. And that's where my nerves are going into my arm. And it's just an odd sensation. And it hurts. So, but beyond that, guys, I appreciate you all. And I look forward to being able to speak to you again soon. So, let me know what your plans are. But in 2 weeks, 2 people and their names. And be ready to talk about the situation as well. But next week, we're going to be doing Myers Briggs. We're going to be doing type watching. You're going to learn about yourself. And it's a lot of fun. I am an INTJ. So that's all I'm going to tell you. INTJ. We'll find out what you are, and we're going to have fun doing it. So I appreciate it, guys. For now, I thank you, and I guess we'll speak in the new year. We'll see you guys then. Jolantru, peace and long life, and may the force be with you. Thanks for visiting with me. I'm glad you allowed me to visit with you.